Good morning. Welcome to the last weekly of this year, of this session of Congress, and of this Congress. Until next week, when we'll be in a new Congress, I wish you a happy New Year as we go forward. Sadly, the Congress received the news last evening of the passing of a new member of Congress, Luke Ledlow from Louisiana, due to be sworn in this Sunday, but taken by the coronavirus yesterday. He leaves his wife and 2 babies, and we extend great sympathy to his family. It's so sad. 41 years old, coronavirus, blood clot, complication, could happen to anyone. And it has happened to nearly 350,000 Americans. Many of those deaths could have been avoided. As we go forward, we must make sure that we are scientific and determined to crush the virus in whatever form it takes. In the meantime, though, let us extend deepest sympathy to their family and to those little babies who have lost their daddy. So here we are in time. As I mentioned, the last meeting of the year for us. Let's just talk about the last week or so. In the last week or so, we sent to the president the legislation. It took some time for it to be enrolled because it was a big bill. He received it on Christmas Eve, 3:30 in the afternoon. He did sign it on Sunday evening, and we were very pleased with that because it had a very strong bipartisan vote in the House and in the Senate. In the course of that week, the president announced his support for the $2,000 direct payment, which we madly embraced and said we join with the president in supporting this, came in on Christmas Eve, were blocked by the Republicans for having a unanimous consent to bring up that legislation. But on Monday in regular session, we brought it forth and it passed with strong bipartisan support. We were very pleased then to send that over to Mitch McConnell and the Senate. The President of the United States has expressed his support for the $2,000. The Democrats and Republicans in the House have passed that legislation. Who is holding up that distribution to the American people? Mitch McConnell and the Senate Republicans. Democratic leader Schumer yesterday asked for unanimous consent to bring it up in the Senate, which was blocked by Mitch McConnell and the Republicans in the Senate. In blocking it, they are in denial of the hardship that the American people are experiencing now, health-wise, financially, in every way. Their lives and livelihood, in many cases, are on the brink. So they're in denial of that need in denying this benefit. I do hope that in the days ahead, we only have a few days left in this session, that they will see the light and understand what the suffering that is going on in our country. Now, I've said before, it's amazing to see the patience that some people have with other people's suffering. These Republicans in the Senate seem to have an endless tolerance for other people's sadness. We urge Mitch McConnell to stop his obstruction and to bring that legislation to the floor of the Senate. And we urge Republicans in the Senate to encourage him to do so. It's really important to note how important this money in the pockets of American people are. If they have the resources, they spend it, they inject demand into the economy, that is job creating. It's important to note that with the bill that we passed last week that the president signed, that we sent over last week and that the president signed on Sunday evening, brought us up to a nearly $1 trillion for small businesses in our country. $1 trillion, just about $950 billion. And we support that. We know that small business is the lifeblood of our economy. The most optimistic thing you can do is to start a small business, your hopes and dreams, your ideas, your vision. But for those small businesses to take advantage of that money, they have to have customers. It's not enough to keep the doors open if nobody's walking through. And that's why these direct payments are so necessary. And for those small businesses to thrive, they must have services provided by state and local government. Our healthcare providers, our heroes, healthcare providers, transportation, sanitation, first responders, police and fire, our teachers, our teachers, our teachers. And that's why in this next session of Congress, in the new Congress with a new president, we must pass legislation that not only honors our heroes, but recognizes the services that they provide, enable our lives to function, our businesses to thrive, our economy to prosper, and our people to be healthy. So that will be a very important part of what we do next